All right, on to our next speaker here. We've got another great leadership talk ahead of us. Cesar Espino was born in Mexico City during a time where the country had one of the largest foreign debts and was going through a difficult or financial crisis. Not only was he born in a poor family, he was also born to just one parent, his mom, and never has met his biological father. Today, Caesar's passion is to empower, educate, inspire, and aspire many through his experience and life lessons. Caesar has an MBA, has held positions in corporate America. He lives in Los Angeles, California, is a best-selling international author, real estate investor, mind coach, podcaster of the show You Can Overcome Anything podcast show, and REI coach. His objective is to empower, motivate, and inspire others to reach their full potential. Caesar is creating opportunities to for people to have a chance at life, regardless of people's backgrounds and or their current situations. Caesar, take it away.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you for having me here. How are you guys? And I'm super excited to be here because I think this is a topic that uh, we all need to learn about. And I'm gonna be talking about leading by example. And in the topic of leadership, I think it's so critical for us to understand the difference between being a leader and being a boss, and also being a leader that is actually leading by example. I'm sure that many of you guys here have either kids or you have parents, right? And so when you think about that, when you think about being and having a kid or kids, you as a parent are doing whatever you can to teach your kids how to have better values, principles, how to behave, or the things that they have to do, and really helping them in creating a better journey through their life. On the flip side, if you have parents, you're looking up to your parents to make sure that your parents are essentially, giving you guidance, and they're helping you, and they're providing information that maybe you're not so clear, or helping you make better decisions in your life. When you think of those two things, a leading by example, a leader is exactly that. Someone that's leading by example is going to look at how can I first position myself in a place where the people that are looking up to me are going to follow, and they're going to remember that at the end of the day, I was a great leader. There's a D Hawk, the founder of Visa. He said, if you want to lead, invest 40% of your time leading yourself, right? And this is a huge differentiator. I have a lot of experience working in corporate America and managing people anywhere from 10 people all the way to 50 people at one point. And now more so in my recently, what I'm doing right now is entrepreneur, leading in the different teams that I had, whether it's in coaching and or in real estate, as little as 4 people. And one thing that I came to realize is that while I have been in many leadership roles, I realized that the biggest thing that I have to do and need to do is how did I start leading by example, and how did I start working through myself. So I want to give you a couple of different things that you, in my opinion, have to start taking into consideration to help you in becoming a better leader. One of the first things that you need to really do is work on yourself. If you want to be a leader, and you want to start leading a team, or you're already doing that right now, and you're asking yourself, how can I best help my team grow? How can I best lead the team that's looking up to me? um, yes, it's important to look at the metrics, and it's important to look at where I want to take the company or this project. All of those different things are good, except a lot of times what we do is, instead of leading by example, we're leading with the idea of I'm the boss and you do whatever I tell you, because I'm the boss, I have the authority. You're losing credibility by doing that. Even though they might do the work, you're losing their credibility, their trust. It's like that like and non trust factor from the people that are working underneath you or with you. And so the first thing you want to be able to do is work on yourself. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of different things you got to do when you work on yourself. One of those is you want to be able to reflect on a day-to-day basis. Take 10 minutes on a daily basis, and you want to be able to go back and reflect on the challenges that you had faced today, those challenges. What were those challenges? And for the purpose of this, one of the things that I've done in working on myself, I really choose my words wisely, because words do matter. And when you're talking to people, when you're talking to clients, when you're talking to anybody, you want to be able to be very careful on the words that you choose and how you communicate to your people, to your customers, or the people that are working with you, or the people that you're leading, because one word can make a big difference. See, I don't see anything as problems. I don't have any problems, because problems, when you think of problems, the human mind starts thinking about, I don't want to deal with that. That is a negative thing, a negative connotation. When you start thinking about a challenge, you think of a challenge as something that you want to win. You want to be able to come out ahead. And so you want to reflect on your challenges. What were the challenges that you faced today? At the same time, you want to be able to reflect on every single thing that you won. What were some of the wins that you had today? Maybe you won a new contract, or maybe you had a new deal, or maybe you had a new client, or maybe the people that are looking up to you were so grateful for the advice that you gave them. You want to be able to reflect on that. And as you reflect on your challenges and your wins, you're going to then utilize that so that the next day you can be a 1 or 2% better, right? So reflection is huge when you're looking at how did I become a better leader. The other thing you have to do is you have to work on your way of thinking, that thing between your 2 ears. You got to think about, start working through your mindset. And I really believe that this is huge, because oftentimes, if you're not in a right mindset, you can lose your cool. Maybe something didn't go well. One of the projects didn't flourish the way you wanted to work. Maybe the person that is looking up to you didn't do what they needed to do. And if you don't have a straight mind, then those people, you're going to go off on those people, and then they're not going to be able to perform. So you want to be able to work on your mind. And there's many different things that you can do. One of them is like being part of this broadcast right now, and being able to listen to the different speakers, and really being a student of learning, right? And taking those golden nuggets that you can utilize. So work on your mind, work on reflecting on a day-to-day basis. Also, when we're looking at leading other people, we want to be able to understand their needs. We want to be able to understand their challenges. We want to be able to understand what are their goals. What do they want to achieve by being here with you and working with you? You have to be interested on them more than interesting on you. I'm going to say that again. You want to be interested on them, be interested on their needs, on what they're trying to achieve, on their families, on whatever that might be, as opposed to being an interesting person where you're only dealing and talking about yourself. When a true leader is interested in other people, and they're actually looking at how can I best serve you, because while they're there to work with you, you're there to serve them. You want them to be on your side by being interested in their needs. And a lot of people, when you start seeing that, they're going to say, wow, my leader is definitely looking at how can I be a better person? How can I grow? How can I do this? How can I do that? That means that I want to be able to perform better, and I want to be able to do more for this person. When you start doing that, what's going to happen is that the people that you're leading at whatever capacity, they're going to give you 10 times more than the average person will give you. So you definitely want to be able to do that. The second thing where I seen it, and this happened early on in my career many years ago when I was in corporate America, and I was thrown into leading people, is that I had the lack of communication. I wasn't communicating enough. And there's obviously also the idea of having way too many meetings that are useless. Obviously, you don't want to have any of that, right? You want to be able to over communicate, though, and you want to have specific meetings or specific conversations with your people and get to the point. Obviously, also allowing them to share their ideas, allowing them to share their opinions, or even one of the things that I like to do when I go into meetings with people is, we have a challenge. Here's the challenge. Can you give me a solution? What do you think we should do? What I'm doing there is I'm actually empowering them to provide some feedback and having them feel like they're part of the team. Instead of me saying, hey, we have this challenge and we're going to do A, B, C, and D. Any questions? right? That is definitely a wrong way to go about it. The next thing you want to be able to do when you're having that communication is you want to be able to set clear and specific expectations. Oftentimes, as a leader, we do not do that. We just say, hey, I want to get this done, or I want to gain that customer, or I want to do X, Y, and Z, except you're not giving the people that are working for you or with you the specific things that they have to do, or precisely what you want them to do for you. So you want to make sure that you do that. And as you're going through all of this, you want to think about this. The minute that you help that person grow, because that's really the idea. I believe that a leader should help other people grow. As you help that person grow and they go and part ways and they go someplace else, you want them to remember you. When somebody can remember you of the things and the teachings and what you did for them, that means that you are a great leader. When somebody can actually, if they're talking about you in a conversation with a client, or in a lunch or meeting or dinner meeting, you want somebody to say, you know what, yeah, that person helped me out a lot, they were a great leader. Instead of somebody bringing you up in that meeting, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about that guy or that girl, because again, you don't want to leave them with that idea. Here's another thing that I always like to do when we talk about leadership, and I think that this is part of that, and is what Jim Rohn talked about, and is the average five, right? That you become the average five of the people that you hang around with. I believe that as a leader, it's great to be part of that average five. And let's take it a step further, though. What does that mean? We all have to learn from somebody, right? We even right now, if I'm at the highest level of my organization, I probably have coaches, or I have a group of people that are consulting with me and telling me how to go about my business. Mentorship, right? You have somebody that is actually helping you get to the next level. The second one is, now I'm at this level where I'm listening to my coaches, and now I got to be able to coach the people below me, right? I got to be a great leader by working through my mindset. And then the last one is the opportunity to be at service and be able to reach down and help those people below you come up to your level sooner or later, by you teaching them and becoming that great leader that you are. And so I will leave you with this. At the end of the day, if you're looking to really be in the space of leading by example, and you want to be able to not only get really good results, you want to be able to take your business, take your life, or whatever it is that you have going on, to that next level, you really got to consider the idea of working in yourself 40%, and really working on understanding on how to be more aware, and understanding and working on your mind, and more than anything, understanding the people that are working with you. When you can get all of those different elements in place, I can guarantee you that you can be a great leader, leading the people to the next level. And so that is the best advice that I can give you in terms of leading by example, and working through all of those things as you continue to go in your journey and in your business and in your life.
Awesome, Cesar. Man, some great points you mentioned there. Really having that supportive environment for growth is something that I believe a lot of leaders are missing. And the other one that you recap for us there, that we have to be focused on our own growth journey. Too oftentimes as leaders, we get stuck in the day to day, or we focus on our team and maybe the things that they're not doing well enough, and we want to give them the direction, and we forget about ourselves. And if we're not continuing to grow, how can somebody follow our leadership? So great talk there. Appreciate you coming on and sharing your insights.
Thank you.